is well past Halloween, but everybody went really hard this year on Halloween decorations, and I think a lot of people are just like, oh, I'm just going to leave them up all year. I mean, I'm not sure if we're quite to Thanksgiving yet or not. We're in November still. It's, I want to say maybe the 10th. I don't remember when Thanksgiving is. But there's some people that have Thanksgiving decorations in their yard now. There's a few people that have Christmas decorations, but a lot of people still have the Halloween decorations up still. And I'm not sure if they're waiting for Thanksgiving to take them down or if that's just permanent decor for their yard now. Who knows? I think it's neat. I love Halloween. I've always loved Halloween. It's a very spiritual time for me, and it's not so stressful because I don't really have to deal with my family in the same way. Like, I could go up to my Nana's house and go trick-or-treating, and she would take my picture in my costume and hug me and everything. I didn't have to do the whole, like, making food and getting everything together and everybody eating together and all that stuff. Halloween, I didn't have to do anything, just had to show up. And I always liked that. And there was no religious context to it either. It was just fun. It was just a fun thing to do. But Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, and literally all the other holidays have something to do with Jesus and God and church and prayer, and Halloween was just fun. Typical day doing DoorDash, I'll make about $98 to maybe $150. But yesterday I made $340. It never rains in this area, and yesterday it rained like a little bit, so nobody wanted to get out, and then they all like were tipping me because they're like, thank you so much for delivering this in the rain. And I'm just like, I mean, it's not raining that bad. I'm from Tornado Alley, so I'm used to very violent downpours, debris flying everywhere, trees falling down. It'll get to the point where I'll have to go hide in a parking garage or something, and people will start getting damage to their cars. But yesterday it was just raining. I wore a poncho. I stayed dried. Like, normally when I wear a poncho in Little Rock, I end up still getting soaked to the bone because it's just so rainy. There's just so much rain. Like, you wouldn't even be able to see like 10 feet in front of you when you're driving. But yesterday it was just kind of raining a bit, and I guess because that never ever happens here, nobody wanted to get out, so I was making some big money, and I'm hoping it'll rain again today. It's supposed to. That would be really nice if I could keep pulling off those kind of days. Like, holy shit, that was so much money. Like, I can't even believe it. It's a cool car. I don't know if you've seen that or not. But it's pretty out. It's fall. It's been kind of warm. Like, it was cold. Like, it was cold enough to wear like hoodies and stuff. But now it's getting warm again. Like, today I could probably change back into shorts today, but it's just been back and forth. It's 62 degrees out right now, but it was cold last night. Like, it was like 49 degrees last night when I went to Taco Bell at like midnight. So it is fall. It's not really a smooth transition. It's always you're gonna have like some hot days thrown in there, so it's kind of hard for like gardening and stuff because certain things are just sensitive to heat. So I would recommend like taking into account the fact if you're gonna be gardening here that you're in Arkansas, and so the fall crop, I would usually do another summer crop right now and just protect it from any rain or violent weather that came through. But a lot of people will try to go ahead and do their fall stuff because they're like, oh, you're supposed to plant this at this time of the year, and then it dies because it got too hot, and they're like, I don't know what happened. I'm like, this happens every year. How are you surprised? But when it gets colder, you can grow stuff year-round in Arkansas if you do it right. And when it gets colder towards winter, then you can start your fall crop. And then the dead of winter, you can have stuff growing like your brassicas and things like that. And then when spring comes, that's usually when I do my fall type stuff, is whenever it's still, like, as soon as it's no longer going to be super cold. If it's something that's like frost tolerant, I'll go ahead and plant it at the end of winter, and then I'll start my seeds inside for my spring crop. And that's what most people do, is they have a greenhouse, or they start their seeds inside for their spring crop, because it's a lot more profitable to do it that way. But if you just time it right and you know like when to plant what, you don't need a greenhouse or to start seeds inside. It's just you can't follow like what the rest of the country is doing, or like what you might think is supposed to be, because the weather here isn't the way it's supposed to be. Like I said, it's 61 degrees right now, and it was hot the other day. It was like in the 80s the other day, after it had already been like in the 40s. So I think it would be cool to do more gardening content, but obviously being in my car, that's not going to be something. What is that? That's not good. I'm going to cry. Please stop. Oh my god. No! Please. Oh my god, no. Oh my god. This is so fucking stressful. I don't have the kind of money to fix this problem. It was riding for so long. These red lights here take forever. Hoping it has resolved itself. So I've been reporting potholes as object on road on Google Maps, and I've noticed they've been getting repaired. Because this area, I mean, if you notice, you look at the cars, you look at the houses, you look at the surroundings that you're in, like, these people are paying a lot in taxes. Their roads should be like this, you know, they should not have a single pothole on them. but they were just filled with potholes, and so I started reporting them as object on road, and I noticed they started getting fixed. I think it's because, like, maybe they just weren't sending people out to find the potholes, and there was no way for people to report that there was potholes. And so when I started reporting it, they started bringing it to their attention, and they could actually do something about it. Because, like I said, they have the money to do it. Maybe I'm just being pretentious and thinking that my efforts somehow contributed in some way, but that's what it seems like, because they were not getting fixed before, and now suddenly they are. And it's always like right after I reported too, like a day later, 2 days later, I'll come through there and it'll be being repaired or repaired already. And I know the Google Maps, like, a lot of people use it, so, like, I'm sure that anything that gets reported on there is, like, reported to, like, the police and the city and all that, because, like, you can report, like, a crash, a stalled car, and that's typically what I'll do, is, like, if I see a stalled car on the road, on the side of the road, even if they're not impeding traffic, I'll go ahead and report them, because, like, I don't know what they got going on. Maybe they need help, maybe the police need to come check on them, maybe, you know, they're struggling with something, and that draws attention to it. God damn it. Stop. That light has been green for a long time. I noticed they do that. I went to Walmart this morning to get my oil changed, and I had been there for like an hour, and then finally they were like, "We've checked your car in for service," and then it took them like 45 minutes to change my oil after I'd waited an hour. And I got there like early in the morning, and there was one other customer there before me. And it took them that fucking long to get it done. I'm surprised it didn't scrape on that. Huh, I'm starting to wonder if maybe it fell off. Let's check and see.